Don Angie.
Here we go, son of a boy dad.
Alrighty, welcome back to the Son of a Boy Dad podcast. Today it is a day. I don't know what the date is. What is it? Oh, it's the 12th. It's February 12th. And we are here. Can you? Oh. Well, I'm going to drink that. So, appreciate it, though. I
Casually saw an email from Dave today asking if anyone
drinks energy drinks.
drinks energy drinks.
I do.
Free ads.
All right, well, we're here live from HQ3. And the Chiefs are Super Bowl champions once again.
How's that fucking taste?
Terrible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good.
I mean, I don't know why you're so, excited about it.
Why wouldn't I be?
Because you guys lost against the Chiefs last year in the Super Bowl. I would be furious.
I dislike the Niners and you dislike the Chiefs.
You don't dislike the Chiefs at all?
Why would I dislike the Chiefs?
Because they beat you in the Super Bowl last year.
Yeah, but they didn't talk a bunch of shit the way that the 49ers did. The Niners were nasty fucking...
It's because you guys, tried to kill their quarterback.
That's what football is, brother.
Oh, no, not
I
to
think
that
I
extent.
could recommend some sports that are more to your liking, like figure skating, maybe. A non-contact sport where people are just
You were
judged
mad-
based on how tight their
Dude,
tights are.
you guys are the ones that are mad because they got mad that you guys tried to murder their quarterback.
Oh, I got mad because they got mad.
Yes.
I didn't get mad because they got mad.
Yes, you literally just said you don't like them because they talked shit.
I'm rooting against them.
I get that, but I feel like you should be rooting against the Chiefs as well.
Why would I root against? I mean, you can't root against both teams. You have to
Yeah,
root
you
against
can.
one
Root for
team
the
more.
just bet on the under.
I mean, did the under hit? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
hit by one, right?
Yeah.
Because they missed that extra point.
Well, I don't like the Chiefs because I'm not happy they haven't changed their name and that they continue to appropriate from the First Peoples, also known as
To indigenous nations.
those of red skin like myself. I have a rosy complexion and have always felt on behalf of those of a more rosy tint.
No,
That
the
red
Native
tint.
Americans would have seen you and fallen to their knees.
Oh, dude, they would have been
Would they now?
horrified.
They would
Yeah.
have been like, he's a god.
They would have been like, take our land. And I would have been like, is there oil? Because if there's not, I'm out of here.
Yeah, you would have been finding fossil fuels before they knew they were dinosaurs.
I liked that the Redskins changed their name, and I don't understand how it stopped there.
Did you see the?
Why haven't the Chiefs and
I
the Indians
truly-
and all
I don't
that
know.
What?
I mean, Redskin is like a nastier term than Chief. Chief is like an exalted.
But people get mad when you
phrase.
say Chief, don't they? Or at least that happens in what's that movie?
Office Space,
No, the one with Christopher Walken.
where he's like, "Hey, Chief, what's
"Fuck
up,
the
Chief?"
cops, fuck them.
I don't know what you're talking.
I don't know.
Speaking of Selma,
No.
Are you thinking of
It's like Seven something, not Seven the movie, and it's not Seven Samurai.
Seven
No, maybe it
Samurai.
is Seven Samurai.
Seven Nights in Tibet.
I think it is Seven Samurai. I think that's the movie I'm thinking of.
How about that? Have you guys seen that
I
kid?
don't think it's Seven Samurai either.
The kid who got like accused of wearing blackface earlier in the season, and he was like
Right.
a half painted Chief's face.
And
And-
Definitely not.
was
Seven
of
Samurai.
First People's
Yeah,
heritage.
and he's indigenous.
Yes. Yes.
And he's actually indigenous.
Yeah.
He came back to the he was at the game last night.
Really?
Yeah, and this time he was in full blackface.
Seven psychopaths.
Whoa. His dad left the family, or
Yeah, his dad left.
I don't know which parent was, but
I think it was his dad was indigenous. Do you know what I'm talking about?
The kid
Saz?
that was in half blackface.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it was like it was Native American. like,
Yeah.
Tribal dress.
Was
and
it-
he was Native American.
Yeah.
He was at the game last night.
They did him dirty.
No, he was at the game last night. He came back.
Well, yeah, and obviously they had to
Yeah.
after those photos they took of him.
No, but he was in white, yellow, and red. He wore not an ounce of black.
Yeah, I'm sure.
that kid was held up by like conservative media outlets
Yeah, big time.
as the kid who. Do you remember the kid who on the footsteps of the Capitol? Speaking of First Peoples,
Oh yeah, who like stood in that guy's face?
stood in the guy's face, and then a lot of people were like, "Fuck this kid," and then the full context was that
that the guy came up to him and he just, like,
he was
stood
just
there.
standing there, and he's like, "I don't know what to do. You're playing the drums in my grill."
Oh, I totally forgot about that entire thing.
It's like a snake
Drums.
charmer. He just locked him down. Yeah, he
Yeah.
was drumming in his
Yeah.
face.
But that kid did have it was an obnoxious smirk that kid had on his
He
face for
did.
sure. But he's not in the wrong for being a 13-year-old. They
No.
just have a resting face like that. That's just how 13-year-olds are.
Dude, that was like such a big deal.
I remember.
I totally forgot about that.
I think
Because
he
they-
won his defamation case.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think so.
Against whom?
Might have been Washington Post.
Really?
I might need to double check that, but
Fucking Jeff Bezos. They have
Diego, could you
unlimited-
just check and see against which primary media outlet that child won that case?
That's going to be such a detailed.
Yeah, it's
Google
gonna be
search.
tough. That's gonna be a tough find.
Just Google exactly what I said.
Again?
Seven
Yeah.
Samurai.
Which
it was Seven
primary-
Psychopaths. That's the movie.
Oh, that's supposed to be quite good.
It's great.
Never saw it.
Phenomenal movie. I don't even know what made me bring that movie up. What were we talking about?
Christopher
know.
Walken.
Oh, he calls another dude Chief. Or no, different. I'm not even thinking of the same movie. It's a different movie, but it's with the same guy. It's that high fucking crap. I'm just gonna stop talking. I can't spend the whole podcast trying to figure out titles of movies
I know. You're
that
just,
don't have a scene that I'm looking for.
just
in it.
abandoning the conversation we're in
Yeah.
just to try and be
Yeah.
like, wait, what was it?
Time to
Christopher
fall back
Walken?
on that.
You know who doesn't have this problem is Lights Camera Barstool.
No, not at all. They know every movie.
They don't ever sit around being like, what's that one with...
That should be their whole podcast.
All of them just immediately know exactly which movie they're referencing.
And they're like fucking Michael Fassbender.
Yeah.
Just naming actors and shit like that.
Yeah.
I can't stop looking at what's going on with your fucking shoe right now.
What?
It's gaping.
Yeah, I know.
There's so much fucking space between it. I'm not trying to give you a hard time because I know you get all upset when people give you a hard time, but that shit's egregious.
When do I get upset when people give me a hard time?
You can't. You're a dish it but not can't take it guy.
Not even close. Not even. You are.
What?
You are.
That's what. Look what's happening right now.
No, you're a dish it but can't take it guy.
Okay, how's that?
Like you Eagles lose and you like cry yourself to sleep every night, and then if another team loses, you fucking dish it,
Wait, but how is it taking it if my team loses?
bro. You don't take it well.
I'm a take it but can't dish it guy. I am a bottom when it comes to verbal abuse.
You're a glutton for it. a little
I
bit.
take it.
Yeah,
I was
you
born
really
this
can.
way. I have no problem. It feels better to me.
Yeah, you kind of lean into it. You're just
Yeah.
you're just very open to it.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
I have to dish it. It's like a defense mechanism.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. You're defensive.
I definitely.
But I can
dish it,
take it as well.
But I'm not sure I can take it.
Uh,
What would you say for me?
Nothing.
Dish it or take it or can't take it? Dish it?
Nothing.
Dish it or take it or can't. I don't know. You're making it very confusing for me.
Do I dish it but I can't take it? In your opinion?
No, I think you can take it.
That's
definitely.
good to hear. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I can't believe you said about Rone though. I think he's got a pretty good thick skin.
Thin as hell.
Really?
Thinner.
Red?
Thin as you could possibly imagine.
Red like me?
Yes. So thin that you could see the blood coursing through his veins,
So first thing
making
that's
him
been
a
called
red skin.
thin about me recently. I'm at my heaviest of my lifetime.
Really?
Right now.
How is that possible?
You don't look heavy at all.
You're in the gym every morning.
I'm at my literal heaviest. I'm 190 pounds right now.
Wow.
That's not that bad.
You wear it well.
I'm 230 right now.
Give us a spin. Let me see your ass.
No.
Actually, you're starting to lose the alcohol weight.
No, I'm gaining it all back
How?
in worse ways because now I'm just unhealthy.
Yeah, that's true. How was Denver?
Great.
He said you went to a vodka bar or something.
It was
Sounded
so
great.
I
fun.
went to some Russian vodka place.
It was a thing where it was almost, well, not that you ever really drank vodka. You were always a beer guy, but I wished that in that moment that you could have sort of hit the pause button on your sobriety.
I don't think that was the moment. It was the entire weekend. You guys were sitting around me being like, just drink. Just drink. I don't know why you're not
think,
drinking. It was not. That was like the last moment of the whole weekend.
It
That was the last time
something-
I saw it. It was literally the second I walked in the green room, Francis was like, I'm going to get you a beer. We're going to drink. We're going to black out tonight.
No, I didn't say that.
Oh, dude, it was like
I didn't say blackout.
3v1 being like, drink.
Just
drink,
have one.
Drink.
Just have one.
You can just have one. You can just
we
have
wanted
one.
him to teach. We wanted to teach him to drink moderately.
This is like
And
on,
for the record, it's your two best friends from your life that were also part of
You were
this.
turning them against me.
No, I wasn't. They were like, finally, we're glad that someone has vocalized everything.
They've been, the
we've
whole
been
time,
feeling.
they've been like, good, dude. Yeah, you definitely should
That's
drink.
bullshit.
And then Francis comes around and they're like,
No
yeah,
way.
no, he's right. You should drink.
No way. That's true.
Oh, I swear to God.
No way.
Swear to God.
but maybe it was healthy for you. It's like
Matt wasn't drinking until this weekend.
They had a whole bunch of reasons waiting. So like when I was like, oh, and by the way,
yeah, I'm sure they clearly had some thoughts about it.
It was
They had to
a-
get off their chest.
I thought it was actually a thoughtful discussion where when you vocalized why you weren't drinking, I said, fair enough. I'm sold. I'm not going to bother you about this again.
Oh, I don't think.
Which was the first time that you had actually taken the time. Not that I deserve an explanation, but I didn't know what had happened.
As a friend.
Yeah.
As a touring road comedian who you co-headline with.
Yeah.
You also had never said, like, you've always been like, I don't know, maybe I'll drink again.
Maybe I will.
See, but if you say that, then I want you to with me.
I think it's just easier than being like, I'm never drinking again. Than being like, maybe.
Do you think that makes people try and get you to do it more? Or do you think, which one do you think would make people try and do it more? If you're like, never again, and people are like, oh yeah, I can flip him.
Well, Bo was like, yeah.
Like how girls try and fuck
Bo
a
was
gay
like,
guy?
Bo was like, well, what about at one of our weddings? And I was like, dude, I didn't know you're planning like 15 years down the road.
I thought you were going to say, like, when a gay guy keeps trying to flip a straight guy, which happens to me all the time. And let me
Really?
tell you, all these guys that I meet at the farmer's market, you guys need to learn your lesson because I am not.
You're unflippable?
I am not coming back to that area ever again.
Coming back.
What?
Yeah.
No.
I can't go back.
It was too much fun.
All right, maybe someday, but it is easier to say.
Because that wouldn't be a flip, but that would be exactly like what Sas is talking about. Like you used to take dick, and now you're like, I'm off of the dick. I won't have any more dick.
The problem for me was that as soon as I had one dick, I'd be out till 7 in the morning chugging dicks.
Goon piss.
I mean, I'd be like, oh, and then I would wake up the next day and be like, oh, I'm never gonna dick again.
What did I do last night?
Do you think sober guys go on just ravenous dick journeys? And you know how, like, in the gay community, cheating is not that big of a thing? But do you think all those guys who are just
Is
like...
that true? I have no...
100%.
I feel like that's just gotta
They're like
be a wild
it's
assumption.
like they're all French.
Not an assumption.
They're French people, all of them.
They're just more yeah, I guess that I could see it. I don't know how true it is.
Should we get in our... Should we call
I feel like if
resident
you're a gay dude who's married, I'm assuming cheating is probably a big deal.
I don't know.
I think everyone has different concepts. I think that my guess is that there's just a little bit more acceptance of openness.
Yeah, 100%.
The gay couples, some of the gay couples I know they'll hook up with other people, but usually when their partner is there or involved.
Yeah, it's like that song, that John Legend song. It's like, I stay strapped up when I sleep around. That kind of thing. You just stay strapped up when you sleep around.
I don't know what that means.
Wear a condom.
But that's
I thought you meant
amazing
just
that
had
you
a gun
reference.
with him.
Is that John Denver?
John Legend.
Oh, because he had a great. I'm not gonna bury the bit, but he had a great joke about John Denver this weekend.
What?
That was
Totally.
similar to what you
What?
said.
Yeah,
No.
I guess. Yeah.
Shut up. You know you did. You were like, I'm gonna get the tape of that. You know that was
Not
a good
that I'm
bit.
familiar with.
Biggest laugh of the whole weekend, right here.
Not if
Let's
I'm
just
not
put it out
familiar
on the
with
Boy
that at
Dad
all.
socials then. Let's put it out on the Boy Dad socials. Francis, why don't you grab a clip of that? We'll put it out on the Boy Dad social.
Bingo. I will.
Actually, I do need to get that.
I'll just have to pay them $50.
I gotta text my team.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to contact my team and get their hands on that.
I took the key to the condo with me by
Ooh,
accident.
that's not good.
Not good.
Yeah,
That's never getting back.
that's coming out of your expenses for sure. It's half the paycheck.
So do you get paid for the show and you have to pay Francis, or do they pay each
No,
of
we
you
get paid
guys
separately.
separately?
Yeah.
Got it.
There was a weird thing though where we got a different deal on like the travel buyout. I didn't get one and Francis got one, and we have the same agent. So that's a little odd.
No, I think here's what happened. I told my
Here's
I
what
told
happened.
my
You don't
manager-
drink, so you
I
don't
told
get
my
anything.
manager, I said, I'm renting a car, so I'm not gonna need Ubers to and from. And because normally they will expense you for Ubers.
Yeah.
And he goes, if that's true and you don't need the Ubers, then maybe you'll get back a little bit more for your travel buyout,
Interesting.
which I think is how that happened. But that, even what I'm saying doesn't make sense.
No, because I didn't take any Ubers.
But you didn't tell
I
them
didn't
that.
specify that. No.
What was the disparity in the cost? How much money?
$190.
Is that right?
I believe so.
Really?
Yes.
That's more than my car rental.
Fantastic.
Actually, I filled up gas. It's
Your
close.
car rental was less than $190 for the whole weekend?
3 days, yeah. It's cheap.
How?
They
I don't know,
probably-
you
you
get- I got a shit car.
Yeah, you take the Kia that
It was
they give you.
$150 for 3 days. And then there were some that were like $25.
Zip car is like
a day.
$190 for like 5 hours.
That's in New York, though.
Yeah.
New York is nasty. But did you guys both get rental cars?
No, I just was with Bo, so I just used his car. I just drove the whole weekend.
Sass,
Dude, we spun out like crazy one night. It was snowing the whole time.
Who was driving?
Bo.
Bo's drunk ass?
No, on the way to the show on Saturday. Did I even tell you about that?
No.
We drifted. We were driving, and it was snowing. It was very, very slick streets, and we were driving, and we were coming up. There was like a red light, and there's stopped, and it was like you go to stop, and you're not stopping, and you're just getting closer to the car. And for some reason, both thought it would be a good idea to pull the emergency brake up.
Oh, that's cool.
And then we just did a complete right angle turn, and then we're just drifting, going straight towards them sideways. And it was hilarious because it was just, the car was just completely silent. There was zero reaction to it at all. It was like we were mid-conversation, and then we all just stopped talking as we watched ourselves getting closer to this car.
Because you can't scream when you're with your boys.
No, but it was like, dude, just dead, like not a single. I was actually, in my head, I was curious. I was like, I wonder if we're really going to hit this car right now. Like, we were going so slow that I had enough time to, like, consider. I was like, am I going to get hurt from this? Because I knew I wasn't going to die because it was, like, a very small, we were going very slow. But I was kind of curious. I was like, I wonder if this, like, window is going to shatter all over me in a second. And then he put the emergency brake down, and we instantly went back to straight and stopped.
So was he right doing what he did, or
No.
did he like fuck up?
No, he fucked up.
What made him think that that's what the emergency?
He was like, well, I pumped
Fast
the
and
brakes.
Furious Tokyo Drift.
Yeah. He was like, well, I pumped the brakes, and then it didn't work, so I pulled the emergency brake. And the amount of time that he pumped the brakes must have been less than a millisecond, because as soon as we started drifting, he pulled the emergency brake up.
Damn. Did your heart rate increase? Did you feel like
probably
clamminess
slowed
in your
down. I've
hands?
never been more calm in my entire life.
focused?
Yeah.
Start like lowering the window so you can crawl out.
I think I was
Flips.
smiling, looking out the window, just being like, here we go. Just bracing for impact.
Finally,
Yeah.
the sweet release.
I got
Sweet
to
release.
I got to spend the weekend getting to know Sass's best friends.
So I've met Matt before.
You've
but I've
met
never
him.
met Bo.
I met Bo, and I can tell you, without a shadow of a doubt, that Bo is real.
And how is he?
He's amazing.
Really?
He's a real person. He's absolutely fantastic. I loved him. loved him.
What was Bo's report card on Francis?
It was just like the glaze fest of the century, dude, between them two.
They like each
It
other.
was literally just them two just being like, wow, you're fascinating. No, you're fascinating. The whole weekend.
That's amazing.
We really hit it off. I mean, he's amazing.
That's like
So I spent some time in Kenya where at? I was just there a couple weeks
He's
ago.
going. He went.
he's going Nairobi or
On like he's like oh my
the Great
friend
Migration.
my friend of mine, this girl I know who works there, and I'm like, oh, are you guys dating? And he's like, no, she's just my friend. I'm like, you went to Africa with a woman that you're not romantically involved with?
That is
What a
fascinating.
modern man.
That is.
That's cool.
That's like what Out of Africa, the Robert Redford, Meryl Streep movie's about, kind of.
Dude, I don't think I could travel more than 10 to 20 miles with a woman unless I was at least fingering her.
I like how fingering is the thing too.
I'm
At
just
least.
thinking like
Yeah.
the distance. I mean, another continent, it's got to be anal. It's got to be. She's got friends that might be coming. That's a lot to buy in for.
I like how it wasn't a sexual act is happening to you.
Yeah, you're pleasing them. That's how Bo and Francis operate though. They're modern men.
We are.
Yeah.
They're generous lovers and fingerers.
I travel across the land to finger a girl.
Is there a chance that
To please her.
She needs it.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Duty calls.
She gets ornery.
it keeps her at a nice baseline?
Sweet release.
Is there a chance that you guys kind of, take the string and close the circle and Sass is on the outside of it?
So
That's what they were trying to do.
there was a moment where I started to think we need to back off because this is happening.
Yeah.
And
It's like an affair.
yeah. And, because we were all having a lot of fun together. We were just so, one of those things.
You, Bo, and Matt.
Me, Bo, Matt, or MBM, as we called ourselves, me, Bo, Matt. And after the shows, we would go out. We went to this Irish pub. That was a disaster.
Why?
Oh yeah, that was terrible.
Why? What's wrong with the Irish pub?
We met up with someone that we went to high school with, and they brought all their friends, and it was like they were like the most, like, more drunk than I've ever seen. Like, I didn't know you were capable of getting that drunk. And then some dude like drank Francis's beer.
Dude, I ordered a full Guinness.
It was crazy.
And I took one sip, And then someone was like, we should do some shots. And I was like, cool, I'll go get them. So I left my beer at the table. I get up, go to the bar to order the shots. It takes a while. I come back with the shots. When I get back, all of these new little kids have...
No, we got taken over. It wasn't even just like Francis. It was like we were all sitting at this table, and within 30 minutes, none of us were sitting at the table, and we got
these
fully
shitty
boxed out.
Little
Like
kids.
when you see like larvae eating an apricot, and
yes.
they just like
we
fucking
were fully,
leave
we
the
were
pit.
fully taken over.
fruit flies circling a basket of peaches. They were unbelievably annoying, and they were now sitting in the table, and this one dude was drinking my beer. And he
was
had it
so
down. He
funny.
had drunk it so quickly, too.
Yeah.
As a sober friend,
I
you
go-
gotta stop that.
Dude, I was in the
bringing
bathroom.
shots back for people, and I go, what happened to my beer? And he goes, no way.
Yeah.
Everyone, I assumed it was fine because that girl took a sip. They were passing it around.
They ran a train on your Guinness.
Yeah.
They sure
Yeah.
fucking did.
It was
No.
hilarious.
They
yeah.
were passing it around.
It was like the most like chaotic 30 minutes I've had in a while.
I thought it was cool because that girl did.
yeah.
You
Yeah, but-
should have beat the shit out of these. You should have done a main chest kick.
I thought it
Ult-
was about to break into violence when they were going at it
Ultimate
about the beer.
karma. They were the ones that ended up taking the shots because our group didn't even really want them. And then we went to get food a little bit later. Now it's like 1:30 in the morning. When we come out of the food place, which by the way was a weird, like Cajun New Orleans. We were eating gumbo.
Yeah, Francis got gumbo at 2 in the morning.
Not a good choice.
Oh my god.
No, it was great. It was
Dark.
delicious.
Yeah, actually it was pretty good. But we walked out of the gumbo place and we saw that same guy who had drunk my beer, and he was taking his coat off in the snowy streets of Denver
It was a It was literally like there was like it was a blizzard
and
outside.
placing it on the shoulders of a shivering, hovering, crouched girl, one of the,
the
other
girl,
girls
the girl that drank
that
his
had
beer.
drank my beer, because I think she was throwing up in the streets.
So the two of them. I mean, when you mix a Guinness with shots, you have to be like a steel-bellied, red-faced
Yeah,
Irish
true.
60-year-old to
Yeah.
be able
Yeah.
to do some shit like that. Like
Yeah.
it's not.
It was very. That was another scenario where we all just walked. We all got silent and then just walked by them and
Yeah,
didn't say anything.
We saw them and they were.
There's like 3 inches of fresh snow on the ground, and they're like rolling around in it. And this kid's wearing short sleeves, and it's like 10 degrees outside.
That's literally how you die.
and yeah, and we just walked directly by them, didn't say anything.
Yes, but one couldn't help but wonder if he hadn't offered his jacket because he was actually quite jacked
He was ripped.
and wanted everyone, even in the bitter cold, to see how strong his arms were.
Yeah. And then Bo's like going through like a workout phase, so he's like, I don't even think he's that strong. I think he's always like comparing himself to other people.
That's
I don't
so
even think he's
Bo.
that strong. I
That's
think
so
he's
Bo.
he's like, I don't even think he's that strong. I think he's just like those. He just does curls all the time. I was like, dude, that guy would beat the fuck out of you
He sure would.
so
Muscles.
easily.
Pop-
Not if I were around.
This
I
guy's
would help.
biceps were like this big,
and they
were like he had like
alpha'd your
tribal
drink.
tattoos on his arms.
Yeah, he did.
Yikes! Where do they all go?
But he
Denver?
also looked like
I
a
don't know.
bitch.
I don't think they're
at the same
college.
time. It's hard to describe. It was just this little boy.
I can see it. Some tattooed men just.
It is crazy.
They try to tattoo their way out of being a bitch.
It's crazy how fucked up people get to go to the late shows every
Yeah,
weekend.
yeah.
Dude, I was in the bathroom before the late show started the last night, and I take a piss in the urinal, and I get out, and there's a kid in the stall, and he goes, "Yo, Sass, I've got you on ketamine if you need any." And I was like, dude, in what scenario am I taking ketamine before going up on stage?
Or having a beer.
yeah,
That's Ben Mid sober.
yeah.
It's like, I won't have a beer,
yeah.
but I'll do some ketamine.
Let's do
Fuck.
some ketamine. And then they were like, and then we talked to those guys after the show, and they were like, yeah, we saw Big J a couple months ago. We sat front row, and we took Molly and mushrooms before the show. I was like, dude, how is that even enjoyable to take Molly and mushrooms before a comedy show?
Just sit still and get roasted by a
Especially
crowd work.
Big J, who's a
Yeah.
crowd work comedian. You're front row, and you're just on Molly, and he's like, so are you guys, like, that would suck.
You think Colorado went overboard with the drugs?
Yeah.
Have they legalized pretty much everything? Are they like that?
No, that's only like
Oregon?
Washington and Oregon.
Yeah.
And they deeply regret it out there.
Oh, yeah.
Do they?
Yes.
I think Seattle is supposed to be like a fucking mess right now.
There was a journal episode about how like even like the most liberal people in Portland completely regret the amount of like
legalizing heroin.
heroin that's on
Yeah.
the streets, and like it's just like you get a ticket and there's no repercussions if you don't pay the ticket. So like people will roll up the ticket and smoke it in front of the officer
Oh.
that gives it to them. It's
Wow.
like
That's crazy.
full nasty lawlessness.
Yeah,
Then-
Portland, it's all legal too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like everything's basically decriminalized. I don't know,
it's
but
crazy.
I wonder if Colorado's the same. Colorado is a fucking weird state, dude. People give Florida all this shit for being a weird state. I think Colorado's up there. They
Hmm.
got the drugs, they
Yeah.
got the guns, they got the shootings. They have
Yeah.
everything going on in Colorado.
It's like the New Hampshire of the West.
I was literally just gonna say New Hampshire. 'Cause
Yeah.
New Hampshire, you go to New Hampshire and you go to these like ski resorts, and you're like, wow, what a beautiful state.
but then
And
they're
you
like
leave the
militias.
ski resort, and you're like, wow, this is bad. This is a really
they're trying
bad
to
state.
kidnap the governor. What the hell?
Just everyone is on heroin as soon as you leave the ski resort.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. And I know there's a lot of tings in Denver, but
Most things per capita.
are there black people?
Not that I am aware of.
No.
It's like J.R. Smith and Kenyon Martin.
Yeah.
And like
I
that's-
don't believe I saw any the entire time
No.
we were there.
No, were there?
I don't
Was
think
there
there
that
are.
one? No, I don't think.
Bro,
I'm
I might be-
truly trying to remember. I don't think I saw a single black
trying to
person.
think. I
the
don't
whole
know.
time.
I don't know.
It was snowing. They would stand out.
They would stand out, and
Yeah.
there was none.
There's none, right?
No.
I will say this is a total turn. I am not nothing I'm saying was triggered by us talking about black people. I was in a 7-Eleven and there was a homeless guy who was not black.
Of course not. Well,
And-
you're in Denver.
I was getting snacks because I was about to drive out to Vail. And it was late after the show. And I was buying a bunch of snacks, and the cashier, I know Sas already knows the story, but
You went to Vail
He was available the first night.
to do what? Ski?
ski.
Really?
My friend's family has a house out there, so I drove out after the first show late on Thursday.
That's why you got the shitty rental car.
Yeah.
Did you bring your skis?
No.
Okay, got it.
I just borrowed theirs.
So you're in the 7-Eleven.
I'm in this 7-Eleven. It's probably 9:30, and the cashier is this young, acne pock-marked guy.
Central Casting cashier.
Greasy hair, yeah, but stringy, kind of whatever, maybe 19, 20. And behind me, I've been going along the aisles next to this homeless guy who's, I think, drunk, fucked up in some way, but he's not ill kept. He's not so far gone. Like, he had a home recently. He was homed
He's fresh to the streets.
at one point. Yes.
But even he might even still have one.
Temporary housing.
Yeah, yeah,
Like maybe one of the walls fell down.
yeah.
It's
He's in a
exposed-
lean-to.
A three
three-wall.
exposure.
He's got a 3-wall deal.
And he
a
calls
tent.
it, he's like, well, it's a little drafty. And you're like, dude, it's
Put a
time to
tarp up.
abandon ship. There's asbestos
Take
in
it to the
ceiling.
7-Eleven.
Yeah. So he's in the 7-Eleven, and the guy's ringing me up, string cheese, fucking Doritos, chocolate milk, literally. And
You were high?
no, that's what I get when I go to 7-Eleven. I
Oh,
become a
okay.
child.
And when you go on a long drive, you just
Yeah.
get the worst shit ever.
Yeah. And then I also got some like trail mixes. It was as if that was like my vegetable that was gonna
Yeah.
counteract all the nonsense.
The full food pyramid.
So he's ringing me up quickly, but he's not keeping any eye on me. He's looking over my shoulder, and he scans the last item and goes, just tap there. And then he kind of steps very quickly out from behind the counter and walks right over to the homeless guy who had a green JanSport backpack. And he grabs the bag and he goes, I see what you put in there. And he opens it up and the guy goes, those were already in there. And there's like 3 bags of chips.
I brought this from
and
home.
A bunch of like, yeah, iced teas and things like that clanking around. And the guy goes, no, they weren't. And he takes them out and he like, puts them on the counter or whatever. And he goes, get out of my store. He goes, he like walks him to the door with like his hand on his coat collar, like he's the principal or something. And he says, and he kind of kicks him out, and he leans out the door into the street as the homeless guy started walking away, and he goes, and never come back to my store. He called it his store. I'm like, dude, this is a 7-Eleven. It's one of the biggest national franchises Your store? You think this is mom and pop's like
Is he like
convenience
Mr.
chain?
11 the 7th? Like what? He's like part of the lineage of 7-Eleven?
And stay out.
Mr. 11th.
Well, like what would make him so
Mr. 11 the 7th is really good.
what would make him so protective over the things in the store? Like, why do guys like that care? Like, do you think that like his boss at the 7-Eleven's reviewing camera and being like, "Hey, this guy stole. You're supposed to protect this house." Like it's fucking
It's
Under
a great
Armour.
question. I mean, you see people in like Gucci and Chanel not even lifting a finger or batting an eye as people are coming in and stealing hundreds of thousands of dollars of merchandise. And yet this guy was protecting, Funyuns with his life. And frankly, I admire it. If we're trying to reinstate law and order of some way, it starts at 7-Eleven. That is the ground zero
Starts with the least of us.
for avoiding the state of nature into which this nation is falling.
What are the states where it's like you're allowed to just go in? People,
California.
California. Yeah, that shit is crazy.
What is that
California,
again? You can
Where they just
shop
go in, there'll be videos of dudes walking in all shiestied up, and they just grab they just go straight for the drills. They just grab 30 drills and just run out of the store.
at a hardware store?
Yeah, they'll go into like Lowe's and just steal a shit ton of stuff and leave.
Some are not even shiced up. Some are barefaced.
Oh, yeah.
like, looking square at the
Yeah.
camera, hoping facial
Yeah.
recognition catches them.
Because it's like what's the law? It's like if you don't steal over $500 worth of shit.
You get a hotel room in New York.
Yeah.
You get 3 hots in a cot. It's the dream. I truly don't understand it, but it shouldn't be on the skinny ass kid. Like if
Yeah.
7-Eleven cares that much, put an overweight security guard out front like every other business
Yeah.
with like his fucking ass hanging out of his fucking blue pants with a black shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just slop fest. Okay, guys, let's take a second to talk about Harry's. Sometimes you get what you want, and sometimes you have to challenge the status quo and blaze your own trail. You know who also challenged the status quo? Harry's.
I thought you were going to say Martin Luther King.
He did, but also Harry's did as well.
Hmm.
But, I think of them kind of in the same category. They saw customers getting ripped off by questionable products in the shaving industry and decided to do something better. Instead of charging the same old ridiculous prices, Harry's found their own way to make beautifully designed razors at a fraction of the price of other big brands. Exceptional products, honest prices. That's Harry's. And we just got some fresh Harry's products. Francis, from what I understand, that's how you just shaved your beautiful beard.
I had a really good beard going. Sass was making fun of me for it. And
That's
so
not true at all. Francis
in-
asked me multiple times throughout the week and said, "What do you think about my beard?" And I said, "I think it looks great."
I care about your opinion about my face.
And I said, "That looks great." I
No,
like
but
it."
you then told me today after I shaved it that you couldn't tell the difference between when it was there and when it wasn't.
Well, yeah, but that's because you got rid of it. I wouldn't have done that when you had it.
Well, that's because you use German engineered blades made in their own
Exactly.
factory to stay sharp, and that makes Harry's shave an unbeatable value. Harry's also has customizable delivery options, scheduled refills for as low as $2, half of what you pay for other big brands. Get a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, foaming shave gel, and a travel cover for just $3 at harrys.com/boydad. Don't settle for the status quo. Blaze your own trail with Harry's. Get started with a $13 trial set for just $3 at harrys.com/boydad. That's harrys.com/boydad for a $3 trial set.
Alrighty, let's talk about game time.
Game time.
Game time.
You should not have to worry when you're buying tickets to the next big event. Game time is the fast and easy way to buy tickets for all sports, music, comedy, and theater events near you.
I'm about to go to the Bucks game tomorrow night, and I will be using
Game
Time.
Time.
Game Time.
Last minute tickets, flash deals, zone deals, easy way to find and buy tickets for every kind of event in your area.
Lowest price guaranteed as well.
Lowest price guaranteed. Game Time is the only ticketing app that gives you complete peace of mind with your purchase.
I also
See the
saw
view.
tickets for a Francis Ellis show on there.
I did as well, and I will be using them. And I will be using Game Time to buy tickets to that. See the view from your seat before you buy, so you know exactly what to expect when you arrive. I actually very much enjoy that feature. All in prices.
Well, because you never know. Is there going to be a massive pillar in
Is
the
there gonna
way?
be a
like
pillar
you're
in
at
front
a
of me?
Big
Denver
bald
Comedy
man.
Club?
Big old bald guy.
Big bald guy. They'll let you know if there's going to be a big bald man.
Exactly. All in prices show your total upfront, so you know you're getting a great deal without hidden fees. Buy tickets in seconds with just 2 taps. Take the Ugh. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code BOYDAD for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code BOYDAD for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed.
What I've done this game before, maybe even on with you guys, but what if you could just shoplift with impunity one store? What would it be?
Those Apple goggles look fucking sweet.
I was gonna say an Apple store
Apple
is a
store.
pretty good answer.
Have you seen the video of the dude that they just posted like shoplifting in the Apple store, and he's just ripping the things out of
I saw that.
Yeah.
But they don't go, right?
No, they go.
He's,
Oh, really?
They go,
you
yeah.
just need
Oh,
to-
so he has superhuman strength.
And
You
he
need to pull
literally
like you're starting a bad
snaps the
lawnmower.
cords.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
literally
You know,
what he was doing.
yeah.
Yeah.
like a logging
trying to
competition.
get a boat going.
Yeah.
An
He
outboard
was
motor.
snapping the. I've never seen
Rah!
an Apple phone charger snap that easily.
Well, it's not the phone.
He must have done like
chargers.
smelling salts before going in there.
It's like metal wiring. Like those
Yeah.
shits are wired
Yeah.
the fuck in. It's not just a phone charger that he's snapping. Like you have to be superhuman strength.
Dude, he had like the angle like mastered.
Yeah, he was good at it.
He was literally. It would just be like one, and 3 phones are off the thing.
That's kind of fucking
It
sweet.
was awesome.
He's just freeing them. He's liberating them.
It was sort of satisfying, actually.
I mean, what's Apple's profits?
They're doing pretty well.
I think they're doing solid.
I
Yeah.
saw some statistic. I don't know exactly what it said, but it was that the AirPods alone
Cover everything.
outsell the next companies that like entire phones.
It's
or
like when they say
something.
that like Wawa makes all their money off of like coffee in the morning and
Yeah.
everything else is just gravy.
Yeah.
Like some businesses are just, and those are the companies people are stealing from. It's like they're stealing Funyuns from Wawa. You're stealing fucking iPhones from Apple.
Yeah.
I guess, I don't know. Should we be allowed to steal?
I mean, if you can get away with it, yeah.
What was the last thing you stole? You guys ever steal anything?
I stole a yogurt really fucked up from Wawa in the middle of the night. And I got
I stole something from Wawa with Rone.
no.
Yogurt? No, and it was actually he was like insisting that we stole it. Now that I remember this was like a couple years ago. We stole those beef jerky. Remember, it was the
Feels like
it
a
was
story
the-
he didn't want you to tell.
It was
I
the,
don't remember
It was the
this.
Jack Links, the beef jerky with the cheese on the other side.
And I made you steal
And I
it.
remember you were like forcing me.
It
to
was
steal
gang
it.
initiation.
Yeah, you forced me to steal
Low
it.
level gang initiation.
You're willing to commit theft, but you won't have one beer with me?
Yeah,
Golly.
that would. But no, I was really drunk when that happened.
Yeah, I was fully blacked out. With this, I was probably 21 or 22 when the one I'm talking about when I like stole a yogurt and the cops caught me right away and they stopped me. Like I didn't even get to leave the store. They're like, "You have it in your hands." Like it was
Oh,
one of the
no.
Oreo ones where you like
Oh,
sprinkle the
yeah,
top
yeah,
in, which
yeah.
is like a high value.
Ooh, those were
Yeah.
good.
That's a high value item. And this
Yeah.
kid from my high school who is like super gay.
Yeah,
Like we didn't. He wasn't out of the closet in high school, but like you knew.
yeah.
You were positive. He was like, "Officer, like he's obviously really drunk. Like, I'll pay for it or whatever, or I'll just like make sure he's okay."
What's it going to take? Yeah.
And so he started taking. He was like trying to like find where I live. I didn't even know if I could. I couldn't verbalize anything.
Oh.
But like somewhere in my blackout, my homophobia kicked in, and I was like, "This guy's trying to fuck me."
Oh, no.
I don't think he was. He literally saved me from the cops and getting
Yeah.
like the most embarrassing arrest of all time.
Yeah.
But I like basically like stopped in the middle of the street and was like, "I'm not going another fucking step with you. I'm not going anywhere with you, dude. You're trying to fuck me.
That's hilarious.
You probably put the yogurt in my hand and shoved me out the door just so you could fucking save me, you little fucking Dan and honey pot."
Officer, come take me.
Yeah.
Yeah, officer, arrest me.
Bring me to jail.
I'd rather spend time in jail. Oh,
I'll do a
man.
night in Rikers. Everyone who said that? That was fucking
Rappaport?
no Barstool guy when he was fighting Rico.
Big Ev?
No, you guys know what I'm talking about.
Oh, they do.
They do, yeah. When he was like, "I'll do a night in Rikers. I don't give a fuck." It's like, dude, I don't think that's how Rikers works.
Yeah,
I don't think
Rikers
they just
isn't really
bring
a
you to
one-night
Rikers.
place.
Yeah.
It's
It's
not
not like a
the,
holding cell.
Yeah,
It's not a Hilton.
if you end up there, you cannot afford a good attorney. Yeah.
The Hotel California.
Oh,
You're not
man.
leaving Rikers. I'll do a night in Rikers.
By the way,
Like it's
every
a scared
time
straight program.
every time I leave from LaGuardia, you fly over Rikers.
Yeah.
And there's something about sitting in a first class airline seat, traveling to a nice destination and flying over that prison that really just makes you feel good about yourself. That you made the right choices and they didn't. And I hope that they see that plane every day when they get there,
I
1
don't think
hour
they
of yard time, and look up and say, if only.
I mean, there's some guys in Rikers who have zero idea the advances that Delta One has made.
Oh, yeah.
That they're like, first class is probably pretty nice. You can lean back. They don't know that you can you could be flat while you're watching fucking like the Grammys special broadcast commercial free, and you can choose if you want like a vegan lasagna or the short rib.
Yeah.
And both are pretty damn good.
They don't even know to sit in the front row or two of first class so that you don't run out of entree
Second
options
row.
by the fifth row.
Dude, I flew first class back from Denver yesterday.
Oh.
I flew first class on
Cheers,
United,
brother.
I was sleeping. I fell asleep before we even took off, and then I woke up in the air, and they were like, "What do you want for food?" And I guess I missed the memo because everyone got like the eggs and like hash browns, and I got the French toast.
I like the French toast.
Dude,
No
it was
protein though.
no protein, and it's literally just a cube of French toast. It's all,
Yeah.
it's half a loaf of bread.
Yeah.
It's
But
like
it's-
this big.
But it's like crisped on the outside.
Yeah, but it felt bad waking, and then I fell asleep again right after, and then I woke up with the lady just sitting there with my French toast. I look around, everyone's just like crushing like protein and fucking like healthy carbs, and I just have this like big ass thing of it's just literally just
A jiggly
cake.
block of
Yeah, it's just cake.
yeah.
So I wake up, and like within seconds I'm just shoveling fucking cake into my mouth.
Yeah.
And then I'm done, and then I just fell right back asleep. And
Yeah.
I felt awful.
That's designed to make
I
that's
felt so bad.
so much less healthy than drinking.
I felt so bad.
If you had just gone to the vodka bar and like had,
Oh, yeah.
had your vodka,
Yeah.
like had like a nice clean
Yeah.
clear alcohol, like that would have been significantly
Yes.
better for you than not having the air cake.
Yeah, and then I had to get up halfway through the flight and go into the bathroom and just fart for like 10 minutes. It was
That's
like
courteous
a
of you.
constant, dude. It was like explosive farts for like 10 minutes straight.
Yeah.
Dry?
Yeah,
We were I will say the vodka bar with me, Bo, Peters, we really enjoyed it because we could have ordered, some kind of cocktail, but they had this list of vodkas that 150 vodkas long. Did you look at the list?
no,
Not even out of curiosity?
no.
I
I said I'll get a Diet Coke.
Yeah. And then
the
he went
vodka
and
bar.
sat in the corner, and we were all at the bar still enjoying ourselves.
Well, I sat at the corner because I was trying to change my flight.
Oh, that's right. He didn't tell us where he'd gone. We didn't know. We thought he'd left without saying goodbye.
That
But you
would've
guys
been
were
awesome.
probably discussing like the implications of the Rwandan genocide or whatever.
It was.
right.
It was literally the whole weekend. It was
And
like
then
that.
Peters and I were playing chess a lot. We were playing
It
a
was,
lot of
dude.
chess on our phones.
The glazing was out of control.
That's what he's going to
Just
call
three
it
dudes
because
just sucking each other off the
he
whole weekend.
didn't like the fact that we all liked each other as much as
I
we
would be
did.
on stage, and then I would get off stage, and they'd be sitting in the green room being like, "Oh, I think I just blundered on chess. Oh
I just
no!
forked your queen.
Oh no, Francis! I believe I blundered
I
again.
forked your queen.
The
Playing
queens are
mind
off the
chess?
table.
There's
No,
a
they
lot
were
of
playing
queen forking
real
going on.
chess the
Yeah.
whole weekend.
Yeah, Peters and I were playing chess. Bo and I were talking Africa. But you guys went fishing during the day. You had your time. I shared them.
Yeah, fishing was brutal.
You guys didn't catch anything?
Well, it was just we went to the fly shop. We were gonna go to this one place. The dude there was like, it's frozen. Go to this other place that's like 45 minutes away. We got there. We had to like go down this steep ass hill. There's like 2 feet of snow on the ground. We get there, the whole entire river is frozen. So then we're like, all right, we gotta go back up this hill. And I got like altitude sickness going up the hill.
Your ears popped?
Dude, no, it wasn't even like, it was very steep, but it wasn't that bad. Like everyone was tired. Like we were taking breaks going up the hill. And then when we got to the top, there's like the final stretch, which is literally just like 20 feet of like barely like inclined ground. And I'm like, I don't know if I can get to the car, dude. I'm like so dizzy and like out of breath. And I'm like, all right, and I'm just standing there and I'm like, my brain is so foggy. And I walk to the car and we like put our rods in the car and I'm just for like 15 minutes straight, just cannot catch my breath for the life of me. And then Matt's like, dude, are we ready to go? And I was like, oh man, I think I'm gonna, and I'm just dry heaving like crazy for like 5 minutes straight, like laying down on the ground. And that's a pretty humiliating experience when you're just around your boys, just dry heaving.
And they're fine.
And they're completely fine.
And you haven't had anything to drink.
I haven't had any water or anything.
That's bad.
And then we had to get back in the car, and then that was just another silence for 5 minutes while they're like,
Yeah.
So are you good, bro? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, did they bust your balls at all, or like?
No, that's one of the. I wish they did. I would have rather that than.
Well, we
be, like,
talked
concerned.
about it when you were on stage.
Yeah.
We were kind of like, wow, we need to get him to stop smoking that Juul.
Yeah.
Probably,
I don't think it was the Juul.
So what was it? Just altitude?
I just wasn't used to I'm not used. They live in Colorado. Matt lives at a place that's 11,000 feet above sea level.
Yeah.
Telluride.
Yeah.
My favorite mountain. We're gonna go
I love
skiing
Telluride.
together. Yeah.
So that was pretty humiliating. But then I was fine after that.
Yeah, that's tough. And sometimes, like, I went to Colorado. We had like a pop punk show at the fucking height of COVID, and I felt like I did have some kind of altitude sickness or something like that. Then, like, the next day we had another show in Indiana or something, and I was like super sick. But then, in retrospect, I think it was just COVID. I think I just had bad COVID.
Yeah,
I think I
probably.
just had a bad case of COVID.
Mm.
Rocked the fucking show that night, though.
Totally. Flu game.
Yeah, big
Dude,
time.
this vodka bar, we ordered the traditional thing, which was a carafe of ice cold vodka from Latvia. It was the one that the guy recommended.
Really?
And
you
then-
think it'd be all Russian?
A lot of them were, but they had them from all over the place. And this was the one he said is the best. And it wasn't that expensive, but it was 10 shots for $35. It's not bad. And we got these frozen shot glasses, and then they slice you a whole bunch of pickles, a big pile of pickles.
Ooh, yum.
And then we would pour a round of shots of vodka, and they said, take an inhale, take the shot, exhale, eat the pickle. And that was how we drank. That was
I like
all we
that.
had.
I like that.
Just vodka and pickles. And it was awesome.
That sounds kind of clean.
It was.
Yeah.
I felt great the next day.
I
It was-
wolfed down the pickles that they didn't finish
Did you?
right before we left.
Were they
Did you?
high-end pickles?
Everyone was walking away, and I was. They were good as hell. They were good.
They were
pickles.
good pickles?
Yeah, great,
Good pickers.
amazing on a plate.
Do you guys have any other? Because I'm going to a bachelor party. You wouldn't check out that house for me, which is
You never sent me the address.
no. You said I won't do it.
Ron wanted me to go into an Airbnb, go walk and knock on the door and make sure like the guy that was renting it to them was cool.
Hi, a friend of mine will be
Yeah.
here shortly.
Just doing a quick, just surveying the land real quick, making sure everything's up to.
I'm trying to be the best, best planner for the bachelor party that I can be. It's
Yeah.
not my bachelor party, but they're
You
worried
should
that
fly
this place
out there a
is
couple
scam.
days ahead of time.
I would, but if I get out there a couple days ahead, I need to get a son of a boy dad listener. I need to commission him to
Yeah.
go over there and do a house call like the cops in Home Alone.
Yeah.
House seems like it's all good. Tell the lady to count her kids again. That type of situation. So we have the Red Door. That was the
I
vodka.
think it's called Red Door. Do you remember what it was called?
No, I think it was called the Red Door.
Red Door, Red Barn, something like that. It's right near the Comedy Works Denver.
There's a female comedian in town that weekend that I've never really heard of.
Who?
Amy Shroom. What is it?
Scummer?
Amy
Scoomer?
Schumer?
Dude, when we were what I was saying about how everyone getting super drunk before the late shows, they kicked a bunch of people out at like all the late shows, and they don't really fuck around with like the heckling stuff. And apparently the security guy who's like in charge of kicking people out, he like went up to Mook, and he was like, "I'm at 27 tonight." Kicked out 27 people, and he was like, I'm going for 40. He's like, I'm trying to break my record.
What? He's just doing it for fun?
I guess, yeah.
These are your fans. Why would
I
you
don't
let
know.
him do that?
I tried to tell them, hey, maybe let's be a little more lenient about it. And he goes, well, first of all, it's not up to you.
What?
And then also it was like they weren't even necessarily heckling. It was that they were like almost throwing up
Yeah.
from being so drunk.
Which is hilarious. It's such a funny way to view a comedy show.
Yeah.
To be like, I need to be able to not stand while I'm watching this show.
But I don't think people are making it as cerebral as you're making it. Like, people are just like, oh, I'm going to have fun. I want to be fucked up and have
Yeah.
a blast. Like, they're not thinking of how, like, drunk they have to be able to process your
I feel like
highbrow
it's one of
jokes.
the things that you actually don't need to be drunk for at all to enjoy.
Yes, but alcohol and comedy shows are married as long as
It's
time.
also Friday
Yeah.
night. You want to
2-drink minimum. Like you quite literally. I mean, you don't have a 2-drink minimum at a ballet
Yeah, that's true.
or a movie.
I guess it's just people just go out before
Yeah.
if the show's not till 9:45.
That's right.
But I think they're going out at like 3 p.m.
They could be.
and being like, all right, time to we just got to make it to the show.
Time to do mushrooms, acid, and Molly.
Yeah.
So we could sit in the front row and projectile vomit. Maybe they had altitude sickness, bro. Maybe they were dead sober.
True, they could have.
It could have been. That's why everyone was throwing
Yeah,
up.
there was a dude that tagged me in a video, after like right before the early show. He got kicked out before the show even started, and he tagged me and Dave, and he was like, "Getting kicked out of the show. Explain this." And it's literally just a video of him like flipping off the employees at Comedy Works. being like,
They're through the
"Fuck
door.
you!"
Yeah, he's like, he's like this fucking Barstool guy.
Yeah,
What?
just laughing in the dude's faces.
We need to have. We need to get Dave to weigh in on this.
Yeah. I was like, what do you think Dave is going to do? Call Comedy Works and be like, let them back in now.
This
It's
is
also
an
such a funny thing to be
injustice.
like, explain why we got kicked out. And I was like, dude, the video is pretty just concrete evidence as to why you got kicked out.
Yeah, you're making an ass of
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
Where's the? Seemed like a fucking incredible venue.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah,
Except
it's
for
good.
pillars, a lot of pillars though.
Not too many.
Just a
a
right
healthy amount of pillars.
Right amount.
Yeah.
Less would have been. You would say, why aren't there more pillars?
How is the ceiling up? How is the ceiling
Yeah.
staying afloat?
Yeah,
if
are
there aren't
we-
any pillars? Are we at risk?
Are we on a
It's
fault
like
line
a
here?
Coral Gables. Where did the building collapse?
Yes.
Was that Coral Gables? From
I think
Florida?
you're thinking of Brazil.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking of Brazil.
There was a bad one in Brazil. There are a lot in Brazil.
Eagles playing Brazil this year
I know. Opening week.
What?
on an opening week Friday.
Yeah.
Brazil.
Are you going to go
Son of a boy dad trip.
to Brazil?
Would you guys
Uh,
go?
I would go if they're playing the 49ers.
Wow.
At least I'll have a team to root for.
I've never been to Brazil, but if we
Try it.
go, I want to go
Try
to that whorehouse where they escort you out in a sheet.
Oh, the Justin Bieber one.
Yeah, I want to be taken out in a sheet, and I don't want anything to do with the horse, but I do want that security service to take me out.
What does that even mean? You take you out in a sheet?
They like
Bieber, there's a famous picture of Bieber leaving this
Whorehouse.
brothel
Yeah.
where he doesn't want anyone to see that he was in there, and so
Oh.
his bodyguards are like
they dress him up like the ghost from the
carrying
Peanuts.
him in a sheet. He's wrapped up in a sheet. and
That's
they're-
hilarious.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
It's like the fucking Taylor Swift with the popcorn machine.
Yeah,
but much lower effort.
But yeah, significantly lower effort. Yeah. No speculation on if it's him or not.
It's the same shoes. He's wearing
Yeah.
like exclusive Tiffany Jordans or some
Yeah.
shit like that. You just see him shuffling down the street.
That's hilarious.
That is amazing. Yeah, we got to get out to Brazil. Dude, I also talked to Josh Allen, and he said that your comedy sucks.
Oh man, that's crazy.
I know.
He's never seen me do comedy.
No, and he still knew, which was crazy. He went out of his way.
Stinks,
That's what
man.
Rome was trying to turn that into a thing last night. He was like, "And I'm better friends with Josh Allen than you are." I've never met Josh Allen.
No, then you'll ever be.
Yeah, and I said, "Yeah, most likely, yes."
You don't even want to try
No, I would love to meet Josh Allen, but
to
I don't
be friends
think,
with him.
I don't know if that me and Josh Allen are ever going to be good friends.
Why? You and Gabe Davis are friends.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't see that happening.
Well, Gabe Davis probably won't even re-sign. Are you gonna still be a Bills fan when Gabe Davis is off the team and Josh Allen hates you? Do you think it'll be worth it for you, or do you think that you'll be harboring a nasty?
Do you think he
resentment?
hates me? These are all just new things that I'm hearing.
He just said you suck dick.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That seems really out of character for
Damn.
Josh.
No, and he was really sweet.
Yeah, he was really.
Well, it just like honest more than anything. Like
yeah.
he had so many opportunities to lie about so many things.
I'm gonna try and befriend the whole Eagles team. I'm gonna dedicate the rest of my life to becoming good friends with the rest of the whole, like, become to a point where like they have a box for me.
Yeah.
It's called Harry's box.
Like Like you'll be the Taylor Swift of the Eagles.
Yes, that's my goal in life.
You should date a player on the Eagles.
And I'm gonna wear a Patriots jersey and sit in the box.
No.
Yeah.
But they'll be such.
But
good
they
friends,
won't
and
even
be
care.
Like,
They'll be
cool,
like, that's
cool.
his thing. That's his thing.
He's
Yeah.
legit.
Yeah.
Do you think that
They're saying this might be the Patriots' year.
why?
A lot of people are saying it.
Who do you want them
saying
to
that?
draft? It's draft season now.
Jaden Daniels.
Really?
Yeah.
It would be nice for
He's a
them.
weapon.
He really is.
He's a weapon.
It'd be nice for them to have a mobile quarterback, if you know what I mean.
It would. Yeah. They got rid of Mac Jones.
Yeah.
So I still have the jersey though. What if that's gonna go for money? Should I try and sell that?
Yeah, you got to get it.
Well, if he won a Super Bowl,
that would have.
yeah.
Or if you counterfeit an autograph.
Yeah, I could
Or
probably
you-
get an autograph. I could probably hit up Mac.
You think
I
so?
can't imagine he's getting a lot of DMs.
Send it to him. And
Yeah.
have him send it back.
Yeah.
Send him a bunch of postage.
Yeah. Like, here, sign this, send it back. I'm betting on him. I'm betting on him to go to the Eagles and win a Super Bowl.
So you'd be rooting. We'd be rooting together for him on the Eagles.
If he went to the Eagles, I would root for him.
That's actually, I think that could happen.
Yeah.
I 100%.
Well, because they got to get a quarterback.
The Eagles?
Yeah.
You were sending some funny Jalen Hurts pictures.
Yeah.
But let go of the hate in your heart.
I mean, dude, he's QB3 at best.
Hurts?
Yeah.
He had the second highest QB rating in a Super Bowl since 2006. You know who had the first highest? Nick Foles, another Eagle.
Really?
Yes, bro.
Did
We're
they win the
fucking
Super
sick.
Bowl?
With Nick Foles?
Oh, yeah, they did win with Nick Foles. They beat the Patriots.
Yeah.
Big Dick
Yeah.
Nick.
Put respect on our fucking names, dude. So is there any other recommendations in Denver that you can give me?
Shotgun Willie's.
What's that? The
Strip
Irish
club.
bar?
Strip club.
You went to the Strippy?
No. Not this weekend. But we've
Trying to think what we
we've
did.
been there.
I will say that,
That would be-
Mook and I, we didn't see much of Sass because he was.
Oh, I shot guns. Went to gun range indoors, I believe it was called. Or it was called shooting indoors.
That could have been a strip club, though. You
Yeah, I
never
know,
know.
yeah.
Shotgun
Shot an AK.
Willie's. Did you?
Yeah. Semi-auto, though.
Where'd you anchor that thing? Or were you just holding it willy-nilly?
Oh, yeah. No. What do you mean? I'm very confused.
You anchor it against your body?
Oh, yeah.
Where?
Right here.
Fuck yeah. How's the shoulder?
Great. Not a lot of kick. We were going to shoot the P90, and then some dude came out with the AK, and he was like, man, I could shoot that AK all day. No kick. Yeah. And we were like, all right, I guess we're going with the AK. Dude, it was kind of freaky to shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's some Colorado shit.
It was crazy.
It's
It
probably-
has like the fucking when you shoot it, you can see the fucking the gas explosion coming out.
Really?
It's crazy.
Was the guy in a Joker mask?
No. No.
I've shot an AK before, so explain to me how that's not fully automatic.
It just doesn't have the fun switch on it. Some of them do, some of them don't.
So, because to me, an AK shoots pretty darn fast.
Well, it's semi-auto.
So a fully auto, is it 3x the rate of rounds that are coming out? 2x?
A fully auto is just you don't have to. You just hold the trigger in it.
Oh, every time you shoot an AK, you got to pull the trigger?
The one that we were shooting did not have a fully auto option.
That's what it means. Okay.
The
Yeah.
switch.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the switch, the fun switch,
You
fun
called
button.
it a fun switch.
the fun button. That's what Hitchcock calls it.
Hitchcock?
Hitchcock, my favorite gun YouTuber.
Oh, really?
Hitchcock 45.
Switches are
He was the
illegal.
one that shot the watermelons that I showed you. Yeah.
We just watched gun porn in the green room after they went shooting.
Really?
Here's this guy holding a pistol shooting
A
watermelons.
watermelon, yeah. It's always a fucking watermelon.
I showed you that video too.
Oh, is that
Yeah.
the same one?
Same video.
They're always blowing it. Because
Well, that
watermelons,
video is hilarious.
they blow up like human.
Yeah.
They have the nice explosion
Yeah.
and the flesh inside. Like it has the simulation of
Yeah.
being a human.
Dude, the way that those watermelons exploded reminded me, like, imagine a mob killing where, you know how in the mob they would not shoot them in the face
Yeah.
So they used to get a
For
funeral.
the casket.
as respect? If you shot someone in the face with one of those guns,
There would be no head
the
left.
mother would be like, my boy,
Yeah.
what did they do to my son?
Yeah. It wouldn't even be. It would just be his neck. It
Yeah,
would just be
just
his neck down.
Scooping up seeds and rinds. And
Right, like mischief night, and people were like,
probably have to put him in a casket with a watermelon on his neck and paint a face on it.
or if they're like, out of respect, we're not going to shoot his fucking head, but they still use the fully automatic, and like the body is just completely torn to shreds, but the head is still intact. They're like, well, it was respect. It was very respectful. The body's just dangling limb from limb.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I feel like if you with that, what was it? You said it was a 500.
That was the 500 Smith & Wesson.
If you shot someone in the thigh with that,
Yeah, it would,
it
take
would
the whole
separate their leg.
100%.
What kind of slugs were you talking about?
In that,
They look like the size.
Big guns?
that
vibrators.
the ones that I shot.
Yeah.
We just shot 9. We shot a Glock with 9mm, Glock 9.
No, Glock 4 or 5. It's Glock 4 or
Oh no, we
5
did shoot a Glock
came with a
45,
switch.
but it had but it was 9mm ammo. And then we shot which that I don't like. I don't like shooting those.
Yeah.
'Cause
It's
they're
not. It's
hard.
like doesn't feel like you're like killing anything.
Well, it's just hard as fuck to aim them.
You don't have that like bloodlust fucking teeth fucking grinding.
No. And then the AK, I don't know what the ammo was, but it was just the big sharp bullets.
Were you shooting at a target?
Yeah.
How's your aim?
Not bad.
Was it good though?
Yeah, I showed Francis a video of me hitting the head.
You did show me a
repeatedly.
video, and you showed me, and the first 3 shots were not even close.
Yeah, but then the next 3 were all right next
And then
to each
you're like,
other.
I figured it out.
Those are warning shots.
Look at how
Yeah.
good these are.
Yeah, you don't want to execute on the first couple shots. You want to
You want to give them a chance to run.
You want to, yeah, ideally let them live.
Yeah, at that point, the guy would not stop reaching into his glove box. So he said, all right, I'm not fucking around.
Yeah. And then I finished him off, 3 in the head.
Yeah. He was
Yeah.
probably reaching for a burger.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
It was funny. I got a video of me shooting it, and I was like, I'm going to post this. And then you watch it back, and it's the most underwhelming thing.
Yeah.
It's literally me shooting a bullet every like 30 seconds.
Can I see it?
It's like, it's like no one would even finish that video.
I think if you put like "come to my next show" afterwards,
Yeah.
I think people might like it.
And then we got one. We did the last shot. I opened her up, shot it, tried to shoot it as fast as I could, and of course, no one filmed that one. Just the underwhelming one. I know. I should put it. Yeah, slow it down even more. Make it a 10-minute video.
Peters didn't film it.
No, no one filmed it.
We were
When did you
playing
guys start
chess.
calling Matt Peters?
What?
When did you guys start calling Matt Peters?
Forever.
When I was with him, you called him Matt the entire time.
I don't know. Maybe switch it up here and there.
Fair enough.
He liked that I was calling him Peters.
Yeah, even you calling him Peters, I was like, whoa, Francis is close to this dude.
Peters. Yeah.
But you just said that you weren't with him the whole time, or you weren't with.
No,
Sas
we
the
didn't
whole
get to
time?
really spend much time during the day because they would all go do their own thing. So then Mook and I had to wander the streets of Denver as a couple of gingers who looked like we'd been fucking abandoned.
Oh my god.
Like our parents were like, we're not dealing with their hair. This is humiliating. Neither of us were
Send them out.
redheads. Everyone assumes they were adopted.
You just had a bindle.
And we did. We went around. We went to a diner that Guy Fieri had gone to.
Oh
and
my god, that sounds amazing.
it held all the hallmarks of a Guy Fieri diner.
What'd you get?
Well,
You
I
can't
struggled.
get some average bullshit from there.
No,
you have
I-
to get like the square jiggly French toast.
I did
or
a
something.
burrito that was so big that it would have, fucking anchored a home in the wind.
Yeah,
It was just a log.
would have ruined the plot of the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, it would have been over in the first act. It was a log, a gigantic log across a plate, so big that you couldn't lift it up, and you couldn't lift it up because they had caulked it into the plate with cheese.
Really?
Oh, I hate when they do that.
They had done melted cheese top to bottom all over the plate, and you had to eat it with a fork and a knife. And like a Yule log
Yeah.
of fucking bread and egg and potatoes. There's so many goddamn potatoes in it. But the big problem I had was that Mook had ordered a mimosa, which I just wasn't prepared for that because we'd been drinking the night before and I was hungover. But I did kind of want to drink, but this place was a piece of shit. So I said, boy, I'd like a margarita, but I'm sure they're not going to make it with proper lime juice. They're going to make it with a mix. And there was a very masculine man sitting directly to my right. We're at the bar, shoulder to shoulder. And I'm now worried that if I ask the bartendress for proper fresh squeezed lime juice in my margarita, my guy to my right is going to judge me for the bitch that I am. So I told Mook, I whispered, is there any way that you could ask the bartender, since he probably doesn't like you already?
Yeah, he's already pegged you as a bitch.
Yeah. Could you ask her? Because he'd already ordered a mimosa, which I knew the guy to my right. I was actually nudging him and be like, can you believe this? So I said, could you possibly ask her on my behalf, but pretend it's for you, if she could make my margarita with proper lime juice? And he goes, "Excuse me, miss, is there any chance that you could make a margarita with actual lime juice?" And she goes, "Well, I could actually cut the limes up, I guess, and squeeze them for you." And he goes, "Great." And then she starts doing it. She brings over a bushel of limes, cutting them in half. Meanwhile, the guy to my right, he's like, "Jesus Christ." Like,
You already have your mimosa.
yeah. And
you still want this?
But then she goes, "Would you like some orange juice or sweetener in it?" And I couldn't even help myself, and I gave myself away. I was like, yes, I would. At which point the cat was out of the bag.
You should have hit him with a "you should."
I know.
Oh, you should, Mook.
But then I was so neurotic about this that I legitimately turned to the guy to my right and I said I was so concerned about ordering this fresh squeezed limes juice margarita because I thought you would judge me for not being the man that you are. Trying to tell a joke. And he goes, "Dude, I didn't hear any of this. I'm sending emails on my phone. Like, why are you talking to me?" And I was like, I shouldn't have fucking.
Just presuming that people are overhearing or not wrapped up in their own world.
For the rest of the breakfast, he then ran with this bit. So anytime I would say to somebody to Mook, like, "Hey man, there's a really good menswear store 2 blocks away that I'd like to hit," which we did. Everything I'm wearing is from there. He would go, "Yeah, but what if there's a better menswear store 2 blocks beyond that?"
So he was hilarious.
He did it too many times.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I
And
did it like 10 times.
He did it legitimately 10
Yeah.
times. We were watching a soccer game on the TV, and I was like, "Wow, that was a sick goal." And he goes, "Wouldn't it have been better if he'd made it with his head?" And I'm like, that's not really the right way to describe it.
Yeah, he
Header
misses the
in
essence
soccer.
of the bit anyway. I
Yeah.
feel.
Yeah.
But you invited him into you invited him into your world.
Yeah. We did. And I
Why
was
not
glad
just get
to.
a Bloody Mary? Or with the two of you having a Bloody Mary would have felt like you were blending your young and fucking eating them in front of him.
Yeah, it's like, exactly. Drinking a Bloody Mary out of a fake jack-o'-lantern. I don't know. There's a lot of orange. But I'm also not a Bloody Mary guy. I'm not.
Really?
Unfortunately,
Love
I
Bloody
want to be,
Marys.
but
Why,
I'm
you're
not.
GI tract?
Yeah. I don't like savory cocktails.
Interesting.
I really
Love Bloody Marys.
I feel like you can get like that's one that you could get virgined up. Like
yeah,
especially
it's just
like
V8.
but like a high end, like if you go to a place that makes really good Bloody Marys, you could get a good one there.
Yeah, definitely.
Remember that one we got in Austin?
Yeah, that was tough to drink. It was so
I
spicy.
thought it was amazing.
It was good, but it was like hot as fuck.
Yeah, it was hot as fuck. We gotta get back to Austin.
I know.
We gotta get to Austin, Denver, Brazil.
Brazil is gonna be nuts.
Brazil.
We have to go to Brazil.
Yeah,
Quit fucking around.
I know.
Quit fucking
This
about.
just in, Pat Beverly traded to Brazil.
That would be bad.
Gol enorme. If he just gets on the, well, I guess that was Spanish. Speak Portuguese down there. You guys know any Portuguese?
Falo portuguesa.
No, but my
Ah,
sister's boyfriend is from Brazil and he speaks Portuguese.
Nice.
Yeah, and she says that he plays Call of Duty and he's just yelling in Portuguese the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she has no idea what they're saying and it pisses her off.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Girls need to be able to eavesdrop.
Yeah.
Pat Bev will FaceTime me. My wife will turn the TV down.
Yeah.
Fuck.
What'd you guys think about Usher?
I think he ruled.
I thought it was
Yeah, I
great.
thought he killed that shit.
I thought it was. I didn't know you even watched the game.
Yeah.
Oh, but you couldn't come over
No.
because you were so hungover from the French toast all weekend.
Legitimately, yes. If I didn't have that French toast, I probably would have came over. But I did, and I was like, I can't be with people right now.
I mean, I spent the whole weekend with you, becoming best friends with your friends, and drinking my face off, and I still made it to Rone's.
Wow, that's crazy. You had to walk down one flight of stairs.
Yeah, I sure did. Sure did.
Big difference between me going over to Rone's
Yeah,
and
you would have had
going
to
over
tunnel in
Rone's.
from Manhattan. You would have had to sit on a fucking
Dude,
Uber.
last time I went to your place during that hour with him, it took us an hour and a half to get there.
Not on a Sunday.
It was
Not on
legitimately
Super
on a
Bowl
Sunday. It was on a Sunday.
Not Super Bowl Sunday.
It was at like 5 p.m. on a Sunday.
No.
Yeah, but you
The
need to
exact same time that I
We'll
was
do
going.
public transportation next time.
Yeah.
It's much quicker.
Or take
Well,
a bike,
you will
bro.
do no transport. You will walk.
I'll come get you. I'll shepherd you over.
Well, how are we gonna do that? Ball's over, bro.
I know it sucks.
We need to fucking. What are y'all gonna do with your Saturday Sunday combos now?
No idea.
I'm about to start taking walks. Or,
I got to get a new show or something to watch.
What are we thinking?
I don't know.
I need to get a fucking PlayStation.
Yeah, I got to get a new PlayStation
Should we
5.
see if they could bundle one?
Yeah, get 2 for 1 deal.
Or let's get
It's never been done ever.
3 PlayStation 3s and a 1 and combine it to make 2 PlayStation 5s.
It's not a bad idea.
It's kind of genius, a little bit of math, bro. You know who would have loved that? Peters.
Yeah, you would have.
Peters would have loved
fucking
that.
If I know
that
Peter's
shit.
Wills, I think I do.
That cerebral savant.
He would have loved that, dude.
Yeah.
He's that heady bastard.
Do you know that Peters speaks exactly with the same inflection that Sas does? So they end on the up.
I
Yeah,
heard
that's
that
where-
he.
that's
I
where
heard
we
he's
all
the
got it.
originator.
He started it.
Yeah, he created that.
He created it.
And he does it to the extreme.
It's every sentence with him.
Does Bo do it?
No.
Bo doesn't. Bo and I bonded over that. We stay down.
Bo stays down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard Bo's incredible.
He's
Oh,
awesome.
Dude, they're fascinating. You're so fascinating.
That's what they
Oh
said.
my God, you're intriguing. My
That's
brain.
not. It's not even. You're look fine. You know what?
Your brain is just tempting.
You wanna. You.
I want to get inside there.
You talk about shit about my buddy Bo like that. You're
It's your
gonna.
ass.
You're gonna find yourself not on the next fly fishing trip. That's for sure.
I might go to Jackson and do some fly fishing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of fly fishing, we're
I'm
gonna go
going to
fly fishing next weekend
Jackson.
in Albany. Sass and I are gonna be in Albany this upcoming weekend.
Albany, New York.
Albany, New York,
Oh, Albany, New York.
not
Yes.
the Bahamas.
Not the Bahamas. Common misconception.
Tickets
'Cause
at
we have a lot of fans in the Bahamas who are hitting me up, being like so pumped to see you this weekend.
The Bahamanians.
Yeah.
The Bahamaniacs,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah. They're hitting me up going, big things in that.
Is that
And
how
I'm
they
going,
talk
I
in
don't
Bahamas?
think that's the right Bahamas.
It's close.
That's not the right Albany.
It's close. Their
big things in that.
their accent is somewhat to my untrained ear is similar to the
Jamaican?
Jamaican. Yeah.
Sounds like you're stealing Trevor Noah's bit, bro.
Did he do a bit about that?
No, that's what he did on the Grammys.
What?
I referenced it I talked about it on the podcast last week when they had Ziggy Marley on.
Oh,
He
yeah,
was like,
yeah,
no one
yeah.
can understand you, man. And then he was like, big things in that. And the whole crowd was like, we don't get it, bro. We can't understand you. Speak like us.
Talk like a fucking American.
Yeah,
Which is bold to say to 3 black men.
it is.
You don't say that.
Especially during February.
Maybe at a 7-Eleven in Denver you can get away with some shit
Oh,
like
yeah.
that, but not in
You
fucking
can get away
February.
with some crazy shit at 7-Eleven in Denver.
What did you guys think of the Lift Every Voice and Sing performance now that we're talking about Black History Month?
I loved it.
Me too. Francis?
This is the first time hearing of it.
You know how they added a black national anthem?
Yeah,
Have they?
it's very groovy. It'll make you want to get up and dance. Get up and shake
It'll make
some
you want to
ass.
get up off of that thing.
Yeah. Come on, everybody, get up.
and dance till you
It's time for
feel
the Black
better.
National Anthem.
Slide to the left.
Yeah.
Slide to the right. What is this for real? Are you guys-
Trapaholics. And ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the Black National Anthem.
If your Metro don't trust you, I'm gonna shoot you. But yes, there really is a black national anthem called "Lift Every Voice and Sing" that they put before "America the Beautiful" and before the national anthem.
I think they should have put it after.
That's gonna happen. What at the Super Bowl?
No,
It's already
it
happened.
has
It
been happening.
Oh,
They sing it all the time.
every professional sport. Well, they don't
Damn
do
near.
America the Beautiful at every special sporting event.
Yeah, maybe not, but they do it. They're lift every voice and singing a lot
Wow,
at a lot of events
I'm gonna have to learn it.
on the
people
piano,
will,
perhaps.
will expect me to know that.
Yeah, or a parody of it.
Yeah.
Lift every voice and fart.
Oh,
Very nice, huh?
I can see having fun with that.
Lift up your giant dick to poop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't dangle in the toilet water.
Yes, that's good. That's good.
That's
Parody.
good. That's good shit right
I
there.
fucking love parody. All right, I will be walking my dog this week in around Brooklyn, but I also will be in Indianapolis. Swing by, say what's up. NBA All-Star game.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
Very cool.
And then you're moving to Chicago when?
Well, we are, right? What's so funny?
Nothing, dude. That whole thing was just cracking me up. That everyone was like, "Rone's moving to Chicago. This is fucked. This is perfect, dude. Rone's been moving to Chicago."
Yeah.
As if you guys didn't do the podcast when he was in LA for the first year.
Or when he was in Chicago.
Oh man. All right. Well, that's been Son of a Boy Dad. Thank you guys for listening. We will see you.
We're also going to be judging the release schedule at some point soon.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be
Not
changing
yet.
it up, but it's
Not
still gonna be
yet.
2 episodes a week. But we're thinking about moving some.
We just
want to
make sure that there's space between the episodes. So everybody gets their fair
Yeah,
bite at the
because some of
apple.
you guys have been disobeying us and not listening to both of the episodes,
And that's not going to fly
and
with
that's
us.
not gonna work. So
Albany this weekend. Tickets at lilsasquatchwebsite.com.
yes, we'll see you there. Thank you. Goodbye.